The first inning, this is Tim Wallach at the plate for Montreal. He lines a single to left center field, scoring Marquise Grissom from third base, and Montreal led 1-0. RBI number 10 for Wallach. Then in the bottom of the second inning, Fred McGriff of San Diego ties the score. He belts a solo home run to right field, his 9th home run of the year. RBI number 23 for McGriff, and the score was tied 1-1. Then in the bottom of the fourth inning, San Diego takes the lead. Scott Coolbaugh hits a single to left field, scoring Tony Fernandez and Tony Gwynn, and the Padres led 3-1. And Larry Anderson and the rest of the Padres thought they had a comfortable lead, but the Montreal Expos would come back here in the top of the sixth inning with the score 3-2 San Diego. Tim Wallach loops a single to left center field, scoring Ivan Calderon from second base, and that tied the score 3-3. But in the bottom of the sixth inning, the Padres come back to score 3 runs. Here with San Diego leading 5-3, Scott Coolbaugh bloops a single to short left field. Benito Santiago will score from third base, and San Diego led 6-3. But in the top of the eighth inning, the Montreal Expos come back and score 4 runs. Here with the score 6-5, San Diego, Spike Owen lines a single to right field, scoring Eric Bullock from third base, and that tied the score 6-6. Then later in the top of the eighth inning, Nelson Santavena came to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out. He will ground into a force play. San Diego can't turn the double play, and Larry Walker scores the go-ahead run from third base, giving Montreal a 7-6 lead. The Expos hold on to defeat the Padres 8-6.
Charlie Hayes and the Philadelphia Phillies are in town to play the Dodgers. In the top of the first inning, Hayes hits a single that will score Wally Backman. That gave the Phillies a 2-0 lead. They had scored 1 already on a sacrifice fly. Next, Dickie Thon comes to the plate. He hits a single to right field. This will score Dale Murphy, but Darryl Strawberry throws out Charlie Hayes going into third base. They made the score 3-0, however. The Phillies led 5-0 before the first inning was over. The score was 6-1 in the top of the fifth inning when Scott Fletcher hit a double to the right field wall. This will score Dickie Thon and make the score 7-1 Phillies. In the top of the seventh inning, we'll see some nice defense from Jose Offerman, the Los Angeles shortstop. He goes into the hole on the ground ball by Dale Murphy, makes a nice backhand play and a long throw to get him 6-3. With the score 7-2 in the bottom of the seventh inning, Darryl Strawberry came to the plate and hit a single to left field that scored Juan Samuel and made the score 7-3. But that turned out to be the final score. Here in the bottom of the ninth, you'll see Mitch Williams striking out Strawberry, looking to end the game. The final, Phillies 7, Dodgers 3. The winning pitcher was Jose De Jesus. He's 1-2. The loser, Tim Belcher, is 3-4. Thursday in Seattle, the Mariner Moose's mom is throwing out the first ball before the Mariner game against the Baltimore Orioles. Here in the top of the second inning, Edgar Martinez makes a great diving play to get Billy Ripken 5-3. He throws him out on a throw that took 2 hops to get there. In the top of the third, Cal Ripken drives a double to right center field. This will score Mike Devereaux and Tim Hewlett, and it gave the Orioles a 2-1 lead in the game. Now in the bottom of the fourth inning, you'll see Billy Ripken with a great play of his own. This ball is hit by Pete O'Brien. If you recall yesterday, Billy Ripken looked kind of silly trying to make a similar play yesterday. There he dives and makes the play, throwing out O'Brien. Now back to Cal Ripken in the top of the fifth inning. He hits his 8th home run of the season. This is a solo shot to left center field. It gives him 26 RBIs for the season, and it makes the score 3-1 Baltimore. They were leading 4-1 in the top of the seventh inning when Alvin Davis came to the plate. And Davis hit his 3rd home run of the season, a 2-run shot to right field with Pete O'Brien on base. That gave him 11 RBIs for the season, and it made the score 4-3. Then, in the bottom of the 8th inning, Edgar Martinez lines a single to right field that scores Harold Reynolds, making it 4-4, giving him 16 RBIs for the season. And then Pete O'Brien hits a long single to the right field wall. This scores Ken Griffey Jr., making it 5-4 Seattle, and that turned out to be the final score.
Nothing California leads, bottom 3, but Carlos Baerga at the plate against starter for California, Scott Lewis. Baerga, a long fly ball down the right field line, fair for a home run, a 3-run home run, his 4th home of the year, and after 3, Cleveland led it 3-1. The Tribe is leading 3-1 with Mark Lewis batting against Scott Lewis, no relation, in the 6th inning of play, And Mark Lewis with the RBI single into left field. Sandy Alomar Jr. scores 4-1 Cleveland. Tom Candiotti pitching well, and here in the 6th inning of play, he ends it by striking out Gary Gaetti. The Indians lead through the middle innings 4-1. Candiotti in the 9th inning completes his 3-hit, 9-strikeout game, getting Dave Parker, and then getting Gary Gaetti on an unusual play, bouncing off of him to Felix Fermin to finish the play. It was Candiotti 4-1, Scott Lewis 1-3. Indians win it 4-1. A's on Mother's Day. In the top of the 1st inning, Harold Baines at the plate against Tim Leary. RBI single for Baines. Jose Canseco scores 1-0 A's. Mike Moore, the starter for Oakland, pitching to Don Mattingly. Bottom 1, Don Mattingly double. Roberto Kelly scores, and it's 1-1. And then it's followed with a 2-1 Yankee lead, and that is followed by a Mel Hall RBI single, and Don Mattingly scores 3-1 Yankees in the 1st. They led it 4-1 after 1. In the 2nd inning of play, Walt Weiss doubles, and Terry Steinbach tries to score on the play. He's called out. It might have been a phantom tag. Meanwhile, Ricky Henderson is making nice again with the fans from Yankee Stadium. Top 5 with New York leading 4-1. Mark McGwire at the plate. McGwire hits a 2-run home run to right field, his 4th home of the year. The opposite field shot puts New York in the front by only 1. 4-3 New York in the bottom of the 3rd inning when Alvaro Espinoza gets a double down the left field line. Randy Velotti scores 5-3 Yankees. Mel Hall in the bottom of the 4th increases the lead to 6-3 against Joe Klink with a single, and this would plate Kevin Moss. And New York has a 3-run lead once again. It's down to a 2-run lead, 6-4 in the 5th inning when Terry Steinbach gets an RBI single. Harold Baines scores 6-5 Yankees. The Yankees lead at 7-5 in the 7th inning of play when Walt Weiss gets a RBI single. Lance Blankenship scores, and it's 7-6 New York. The 1-run lead is increased in the 8th inning because Matt Noakes hits a 3-run home run. That ices the game. New York wins at 10-6. Steve Fall 1-1. Mike Moore 5-1.
One afternoon on Ted Williams Day at Fenway Park in Boston, the Red Sox are hosting the Texas Rangers. In the top of the 1st inning, the Rangers jump out to an early lead. Ruben Sierra hits a shot to right center field off Greg Harris. That's his 7th home run of the season, a 2-run shot that scored Brian Downing, making the score 2-0 Texas, and giving Sierra 19 RBIs for the season. In the bottom of the 2nd inning, the Red Sox got one back as Luis Rivera drives a double to left center field. That scores Carlos Quintana, making the score 2-1. But in the top of the 4th inning, the Rangers sent 14 men to the plate, and this 3-run double by Gino Petralli highlighted the 9-run inning. This scores Ruben Sierra, Julio Franco, and Juan Gonzalez, making the score 6-1 Texas. Later in the inning, Sierra came up with his 2nd RBI single of the inning and his 4th RBI of the game. He hits a ground ball single through the right side that scores Jeff Uson, making the score 9-1 Texas. Still in the 4th, Juan Gonzalez hits a double to left field with the bases loaded. This will score Rafael Palmeiro and Ruben Sierra, making the score 11-1 Texas, and that's how it stood in the 4th. The Rangers went on to win this game easily by a final of 12-5. Despite this 8th inning home run by Steve Lyons, his first hit as a Red Sox. It was a 2-run shot that went off the glove of Juan Gonzalez, who had trouble with the sun and the wall. The winner was Kenny Rogers. He's 2-3. The loser, Greg Harris, is 1-4.